Next weekend we're gonna have to go down to the Cape because my wife is still liquidating her brother's property. They're auctioning off a bunch of stuff, and there's gonna be some leftover stuff to bring back home. I wanted to get the lights working on this little trailer because with her broken foot, it's harder for her to get in and out of the truck, and I thought, well, we could take this little trailer behind her little car and she'd be more comfortable. These lights weren't working, and I started trying to run down the wiring on them, and it was, I don't know, it's like kind of a big pain in the neck. Todd messed with that one time and sort of threw up his hands after a while, and I could see where he would, and I was thinking, well, if I had the time. I was actually tempted. These are old, these magnetic lights, and I don't know how well they would stay in place, whether they would bounce off there before we got down there. But they weren't working either, and I went inside, and the one of the wires, actually the wire on this one was broken. It had dragged on the ground and broken. I reconnected it here. I haven't taped it up yet. Got them both working. So one option is to go with them and just let that be good enough for that one trip. I actually thought about taking the wire from this whole setup and running it right straight back here and just doing away with all that trailer wiring. And see, now this one has stopped blinking. So my other thought was just take all the wire from that magnetic light and run it straight back here and be done with it. I may wind up doing that before I'm finished, rather than depend on them things. I don't know. I'm still up in the air about which way to go, is which is best. Let's sort it out. Keep messing. I can see what the problem is here. This light doesn't have enough ground to blink. It'll come on, but it won't blink. Now the white wire runs up to a ground in the vehicle, and that's supposed to make that work. But apparently it's not really doing its job. One of the reasons I know this is this little tiny wire is hooked to the ground, and if I touch this little tiny wire to the side of that, you can see it start to blink a little, which means it's just not getting enough ground to do what it needs to do. You know, there's a part of me that's tempted to take this wiring and run it to those lights and call that good, just to avoid any more of this. There is an interesting thing. That ground runs from that light, so before that ground comes over here, it goes over there, which means that the ground wire is having to go over to that light, and then from that light to here. So it's got a bunch of different connections it's going to. And I don't think that these things ground through that magnet. Well, I know they don't. It sits on there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to think about this for about a minute, but I may just cut the wires off of these lights. Well, my other option would be to pull this one apart and try to make the ground work, but you know, I don't really want to rewire this trailer today, but it's beginning to seem like it's going to go quicker if I do. I can do that. Sure can. I can do that.